Good evening and welcome to Beaver Dam High School. I'm Steve Winterhack. Randy Armgood with me, and this is the site tonight at Beaver Dam High School of the sectional semifinal game in boys Division IV basketball. It's Lomira taking on the Marshall Cardinals in this game, and been looking forward to this. Very storied program over there at Marshall, and Lomira, they have not been to this level for 25 years. So I look back 23 years myself, what I could find in WIS Sports, and they didn't even make it to Saturday during those 23 years that I looked at, 22 years. So this is a pretty big deal in Lomira. What a year. You win the state championship football game, and here you are playing in a sectional semifinal, a place you haven't been for 25 years. So I'm excited. It should be a good game, and Dan likes the way his team is playing right now.
Yeah, and they overcame some injuries. That's what's amazing to me, that they're able to get through that regional championship and with some of the injuries they've had. And again, hats off to Dan Damask and what he's been able to do there. He certainly knows how to push the right buttons and get things done. Yeah,
talk about a guy that's had some tough luck, and that's having Jake Bresky go down early in the season on the 7th of January in that game against Laconia that you and I were at. We saw it happen when he went down. His knee just gave out on a drive to the basket. So he tore his ACL, and talked to him when I was waiting to talk to Dan Damask, and he said everything's going good on his rehab right now, so that's good news.
That is good news. He'll be hopefully ready to start the season next year.
But one of his teammates, one of the maybe the first guy that they have that comes off the bench, hurt his knee in the last ball game, towards the end of the ball game, and that was Jackson Bloom, 5'10" sophomore, and he blew his knee out ACL in their last game that they played for the regional championship. So there's another major injury for Mr. Bloom, and I guess he was doing pretty well for Dan and getting a lot of floor time too. So he says we're a little thin right now, to say the least, but he still likes the guys he's going to have on the floor, and he said there's some good hustlers out there, and you'll hear that part of his interview when we played that coming up here on the pregame show.
Yeah, that's that next man up mentality that everybody has to have, and there's nothing you can do about it. Unfortunate circumstances when you have those type of injuries, and we can only wish the best for those young men to get back and be healthy in their lives, and especially for I don't know, the other guy, you said a sophomore, so both of them have a career year. So hopefully his injury happened a little later, a couple months later. Hopefully he's ready to go maybe by maybe next November or December, somewhere in that time frame. So our thoughts and prayers go out to those two guys.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing, but at least they do have a future here, and hopefully everything works out well. We're going to take a break. We're going to kind of talk about where we're at right now in the sectional. We'll take a look at the bracketing coming up after our break here, but we'll be back with more of our pregame show right after this on RP Sports.
When we first began with high school sports and video streaming, it was a camera or two. It's grown to multiple cameras, multiple angles, a switcher operator, a couple of announcers, on-field shots, and really we do all this to enhance the viewership.
With the larger scale production, we just have more options, more camera shots, more quality, with our interviews during the game, post-game, and pre-game, really bring a great product to families that are watching at home or watching after the fact.
Students have families in different communities, different states, even different countries. All those people are able to watch our broadcast and see their family performing at a really high level.
We like to think of it as not just being there for a game, but really enhancing the community involvement with this, and that's what it's about.
Safety is first and foremost on what we do every day.
Lakeside Wealth Management would like to welcome Bennett Bresky. Bennett joined the team in May of 2023, following his graduation from St. Norbert College, where he graduated cum laude, earning his degree in business finance.
Hi, this is Bennett Bresky with Lakeside Wealth Management. No one strategy fits everyone, which is why every client gets our undivided attention. From planning to execution to follow-up, we take a proactive approach to helping you develop a strategy to address your financial goals and objectives using the most efficient methods available. Learn more at lakesidewealthmanagement.net.
Securities and advisory services are offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Slick's Ag Service in Lomira is sending a huge shout out to the Lomira boys team as they head into postseason play. You've put in the hard work, the dedication, and the hustle, and now it's time to leave it all on the court. From all of us at Slick's Ag Service, we're proud to support our hometown athletes. Play hard, play smart, and go get that W. Good luck, Lomira boys. And remember, if you need manure spread, just call Slick. He'll lay it on pretty thick.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhardt Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhardt Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
This winter, make your home the coziest place in town with Surefire Heating and Air Conditioning. For 3 generations, the Surefire family has been serving Wisconsin homes, bringing warmth and comfort to your families just like yours. As the temperatures drop, trust the company that's been in the business of keeping homes warm for over 75 years. This is Tom Schwartz with Surefire. Call us today and ask about our rebates that can help you save big on your comfort this coming winter. Visit us at surefireinc.com.
Welcome back to Beaver Dam High School. Steve Winterhack with you along with Randy Armga. And again, we're getting set to bring you the Lomira against Marshall boys basketball game. It's a sectional semifinal in Division 4. And let's take a look at the bracket right now. Bring that up. But Lomira was a number 5 seed, but their big win was that game against Partyville. This past game beat them 62-58 in overtime. And it was only the second loss for Partyville. I got a chance to see them when they were undefeated. They lost a game during the season before the end, and then they lost to end their season with such a great season going on over there. So it shows that they're playing some pretty good ball. That's a pretty athletic Partyville team that Lomira played against, and a lot of very good athletes, obviously, on the Lomira team.
I think Lomira is playing their best basketball now, too. They're just getting better every week, and you and I had the opportunity to see them several times this year, and they just play better and better, and Coach DeMass' team is going to play extremely hard, and they're doing that. And I've heard the practices have been just incredible, and I think they're ready to go here tonight. There's a lot of Waupun people here, too. There's a DeMass connection. I keep seeing more and more people coming in.
Randy and I did all of his playoff games all those 4 years when Marcus, his son, that became Mr. Basketball in the state his senior year, but from the 2016 championship, did many games during the season, all their playoff games for all those years that Dan was a coach. So we get pretty close tie to Dan. We all got emotional together that first sectional championship that got him to state, and eventually they won state. So we've got definitely a history with Dan. And Lomira getting here by knocking off Dodgeland first, easily 60-37, and then that Partyville win. Looking at Marshall on the bracketing there, Marshall to beat Westfield in their last game. Beat them pretty by 10 points, 84-74 in that game, and before that it was them knocking off Mark Kazan 94-45. So that is the kind of the story. There's not there's one team that's, of course, it's Mineral Point that's ranked number 1 in this sectional, and they're playing in the other half of this sectional where Darlington and Mineral Point. And we've seen Mineral Point play last year when they were pretty good. Some last-second shots, heroic shots in that ball game, and they're in this sectional, but on the top of it. So whoever wins this game will play the winner of Mineral Point playing over at Lancaster tonight against Darlington, and that will be a tall order for whoever wins this ball game coming up.
It'll be a tall order, but I think this time of the year anything can happen, and especially your seniors, they always step up and they make things interesting. And I'll tell you what, Steve, there's a pretty nice house there filling up right now. Good following from Lomira.
Yeah, that's what Dan said when I interviewed him. It's starting to catch on, just like football. All of a sudden, that was just crazy during the football season, and now these people are getting used to success, and then you bring a very successful former Coach of the Year in the state of Wisconsin, and I think he got that award back during that state championship here in 16. But you got a high-level coach like him, and they feel something could happen. And I agree with him. Dan's a guy that he's going to find a way that his team can at least compete, if not win the ball game.
Well, if it's been 25 years since you've even played in a regional championship game, you should be excited about what's going on in your community. And as you said, I think football really generates, a good start to a high school program for the year. The football, they're playing in August already before school starts, and a program like that's so good, it really gets a community involved.
Okay, that's a look at the brackets, and we're going to come back. I'll have that interview with Dan Damask when we come back, so we'll come back in just a few minutes with what he had to say about this ball game, about his team. That's coming your way in just a few minutes on RP Sports.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
Keller, building trust since 1960.
From tires and transmission, batteries and brakes, to engines and exhaust, the service experts at Mayville Tire are trained to keep your vehicles at peak performance. Whether you need routine maintenance or reliable repairs, you can trust Keith and his team to take care of you and your vehicle. Ask about free pickup and delivery, no interest financing, as well as commercial truck tire service. Find the service experts at MayvilleTire.com. Mayville Tire, honest mechanics, happy customers.
You hear it, but you can't see where it's coming from. Or worse, you know where it's coming from, but it's too much for a do-it-yourselfer to do. Call Maxwell Plumbing. They're affordable, professional, and know what they're doing. These guys do everything from taking a peek at a leak to taking on complete plumbing projects for residential, commercial, or industrial customers. Maxwell Plumbing, located in Lomira, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties. 920-948-9395.
The March Mania sale at Holiday is your ticket to score more on Buick. Like this Buick Envision at $299 per month. Or lock in rates from 0.9%, plus deferred payments and other incentives on favorites. Come be our guest and treat yourself to a test drive.
As I've come to know the team here, their passion for excellence really shines. I'm professional running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday.
Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
It's the spring sales event at Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira, April 3rd through May 15th. Hundreds and up to $1,000 off several Cub Cadets. Get spring rebates now on Cub Cadet and Ferris mowers. There's never been a better time to buy, April 3rd through May 15th. And check out the Gale skid loader line too. It's the spring sales event now at Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira, serving this area since 1951. Log on schroffnagel.com for all the details.
Sectionals for the first time in over 20 years. I would think that you've been at the sectionals. And from what 25 is what I've been told. And I don't know the deep history in Lomira basketball, but that's been the chatter. And it feels good to be here. Obviously, when you're still playing when it gets to the sectional level, the fun just keeps ramping up. Of course, the crowd gets into it, the crowds grow. Basketball fans from all over will start to, jump on local bandwagons and so forth, and it's fun to just connect with a lot of people that way too. But yeah, we're playing our best ball, plain and simple, considering the fact that we lost our big guy early, and then unfortunately last Saturday night we lost another guy to an ACL. So we're still reeling from that a little bit. So it's been a super challenging year. But right now, our guys have taken enough lessons where it's starting to show its rewards on the floor. And I mean that in all areas of the basketball game. For example, turnovers used to be a problem. I want to knock on wood here with this one, but we have been in single digits every game. We had 4 turnovers, 7 and 9 so far in our 3 victories. So we have to play as mistake-free basketball as we can. We have a lot of limitations. So any area of the game we can control, we have to get that checked off in our favor on the ledger for us to come out on top.
Well, you know what you're facing here tonight because you played them about a month ago against Marshall, and traditionally a very good basketball town over there. What do you know you're going to see from them tonight?
Yeah, they're as I watch video, and I watch obviously a fair amount to make sure my guys are prepped appropriately for each game. But this team does a lot of things well, and they have a skill set to really put it all together. They have some guys that are really good ball handlers, penetrators, and then all their bigs can step out and shoot, and that makes a difficult guard for anybody. So they'll play about 7 to 8 guys, really solid, but they have length, and they have speed, and they have really stamina endurance. They come at you with full court, fast break mentality on that end, and they'll pressure you at times, and they have multiple pressure packages. So it's a well-coached team, and we have to be really sharp in order to contend with that.
Hopefully we'll see all the people that were following the football team in the state championship in the crowd here today, and make it a little more of a basketball town over there in Lomira.
Well, it's March, right? And so I think we'll have a pretty good showing today. If you haven't been out to see us yet, we're a unique team because we're small and we're young. But we'll have like 5-6 underclassmen in a 9-man rotation. So our guys they're going to fight. They've proven that they're going to fight. Otherwise, we wouldn't be where we're at already. So you can expect pound for pound, we're pretty tough on the floor.
Man, good to see you again. Excited about your team and how well they're doing getting to the sectionals. Something that hasn't happened for 25 years. That's pretty amazing. So good luck here tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you for covering us.
Okay, Dan DeMass joining us, and we'll be back with more of our pregame show live from Beaver Dam High School right after this on RP Sports.
This is it, Lomira, the moment you've all been waiting for. The Lomira Lions are in postseason play on the basketball court, and Kinex Construction couldn't be prouder of our team. To the players, coaches, and fans who have supported them all season long, it's your hard work, your passion, and your determination that got you here. Remember, Kinex Construction can handle commercial, agricultural, residential, site grading, including sewer and water. From every corner of Lomira, Kinex Construction is cheering you on. Let's show everyone what Lions are made of. Good luck, Lomira Lions.
Drive inspired this spring and beyond in a new Mazda from Holiday. Stack our low simplified price with money-saving offers like 2.9% 5-year financing on favorites plus $500 spring bonus cash.
Get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade, plus an exceptional buying experience.
The vibe here is real right. Team Holiday makes car shopping fun, simple, and pressure-free.
Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday Mazda, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhardt Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhardt Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
From tires and transmission, batteries and brakes, to engines and exhaust, the service experts at Mayville Tire are trained to keep your vehicles at peak performance. Whether you need routine maintenance or reliable repairs, you can trust Keith and his team to take care of you and your vehicle. Ask about free pickup and delivery, no interest financing, as well as commercial truck tire service. Find the service experts at MayvilleTire.com. Mayville Tire, honest mechanics, happy customers.
This winter, make your home the coziest place in town with Surefire heating and air conditioning. For 3 generations, the Surefire family has been serving Wisconsin homes, bringing warmth and comfort to your families just like yours. As the temperatures drop, trust the company that's been in the business of keeping homes warm for over 75 years. This is Tom Schwartz with Surefire. Call us today and ask about our rebates that can help you save big on your comfort this coming winter. Visit us at surefireinc.com.
Bob's watching that.
Welcome back here to Beaver Dam High School. Steve Witterhack along with Randy Armgad. We got the stream team here. And just in case for keeping up other games with us, we've got our official stat man, Bob Spanbauer, joining us here too on the game. So that's kind of nice that he came along with us. He's always welcome anytime he wants to come along. But again, the big game here tonight, Lomira making it to sectionals for the first time in 25 years. And they're taking on the Marshall Cardinals in this ball game here tonight. Kind of looking a little bit at some of the key players for the Lomira Lions. Their lead scorer on the season right now, Jackson Gable, 6-foot senior, almost 14 points a game. He can shoot the three, very athletic young man, and we've seen him play a few times. And he's a fun guy to watch, very athletic, can go up against players and make his own shots and take it in. So nice player.
Yeah, ability to create his own shot is the biggest factor in my mind.
And who else do we got? We got Charlie Cole. He averages 9.2 points a game, a 5'10 sophomore. Hunter Dooley, a 5'9 junior, and Blake Stager, 6'3 sophomore, averaging 5.1 points a game. And Sam Schroffnagel. Can't have a team without a Schroffnagel over in the Lomira or in the Mayville area. So we got a Schroffnagel over there with Sam, but he gets about 4.5 points a game, a 6'2 senior. And the big guys you're going to have to be concerned about, a couple of guys scoring in the 16-point range. Kenyon Miggins, a 5'10 senior, averaging 16 points a game and leads the team in just about every category for Miggins. And the other big scorer that they have is Jalen Miggins, a 6-foot sophomore, averaging 16 points a game. And Daniel Nickel, he tosses in 12 points a game too. So you got 3 guys averaging double figures for them.
Yeah, it's amazing to me, all the youth that plays varsity basketball nowadays at a high level. A lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors, and they're all getting it done for both teams and a lot of teams around the area. But Bob Spanbauer, our buddy here, he's actually checking in on that Mineral Point and Darlington game. They're well underway. They're 5 minutes into that game already.
Okay. Well, that's good. We'll get some updates from the game. The winner of that game takes on the winner of this game coming up on Saturday. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and bring you the starting lineups for both teams along with the beginning of tonight's game. It's a sectional semifinal in Division 4. Lomira, the Lions, taking on the Cardinals of Marshall. Back after this on RP Sports.
Luke Lidke Electric is a proud sponsor of today's game. Serving Dodge and surrounding counties, choose the best and choose Luke Lidke Electric, bringing more than 25 years of certified experience to your home, office, or warehouse. They specialize in residential, commercial, industrial, and more. Full electrical installation, home standby generator sales and installation. Luke is also a proud graduate of Lomira and supporter of Lomira Athletics. Go Lions!
Keller, building trust since 1960.
You hear it, but you can't see where it's coming from. Or worse, you know where it's coming from, but it's too much for a do-it-yourselfer to do. Call Maxwell Plumbing. They're affordable, professional, and know what they're doing. These guys do everything from taking a peek at a leak to taking on complete plumbing projects for residential, commercial, or industrial customers. Maxwell Plumbing, located in Lomira, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties. 920-948-9395.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
From tires and transmission, batteries and brakes, to engines and exhaust, the service experts at Mayville Tire are trained to keep your vehicles at peak performance. Whether you need routine maintenance or reliable repairs, you can trust Keith and his team to take care of you and your vehicle. Ask about free pickup and delivery, no interest financing, as well as commercial truck tire service. Find the service experts at MayvilleTire.com. Mayville Tire, honest mechanics, happy customers.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
Okay, we are back at Beaver Dam High School announcing the starting lineups for both teams. In the starting lineup for the Lomira Lions, Keegan Kell, almost 10 points a game for him, a 6-foot sophomore. Also number 23, Hunter Dooley, 5.5 points a game, a 5'9 junior. We've got Charlie Cole, a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 9.2 points a game. Jackson Gable, almost 14 points a game for him, can shoot from behind the arc. He's a 6-foot senior. And Sam Strafnagel is a 6'2 senior. Lomira Lions, of course, coached by Dan Damask, and I see his son Mason out there too. I remember calling his first dunk over at Waupun High School where he got called for a technical hanging on the rim. And I also saw Marcus Damask, his younger brother, his first two dunks that he had against, I believe, Lomira in that game back in the day. Starters for the Marshall Cardinals, Brady Kleinheitz. He averages 9.3 points a game. Kenyon Miggins, a 5'10 senior, averaging 16 points a game. And one of their starters for Marshall is Deseo Ualis, a 5'9 senior. We'll see if we can get these names out right during the game. Jalen Miggins, a 6-foot sophomore, averaging 16.5 points a game. And also Daniel Nickel, a 6'3 senior, averaging 12.2 points a game, and that is the starting lineup for both teams. I'm glad we could be here today.
I'll take Daniel Nickel. You get all the other tough names. The hard pronunciations. Oh, man. Yeah, what a great atmosphere. Everybody's up on their feet, excited to get this thing started.
Tiseo Realis, 5'9" senior.
You have it.
I think we got it until he actually does something out there. But, boy, I tell you, it looks like a pretty speedy game we're going to have here, too. You don't have that big post guy, which they used to have here for Lomira before the big guy got hurt earlier in the season with Jake Bresky. And he said he's doing all right in his rehab. Got to talk to him before the game. The tip is won by Lomira, and here we go. Winner goes on. Loser is done, getting double teamed and getting the ball over to Schroffnagel, goes into the right side, and then we get an offensive foul. Kind of got caught up in the air and didn't know if he should shoot it or should kick it out, and he tried to kick it out and ran over a couple of the Marshall players. So we're going the other way here in the first 16 seconds.
Yeah, Sam may have been better served to just pull up with about an 8-footer off the glass there, but tried to get a little too deep.
So Marshall now with the basketball. Up out on top is Megan. Very quick back and forth herky-jerky player out there. Kleinheinz has it, gets it back in along the left block into Megan's. Here goes Kleinheinz with it, goes to the rack and puts it in. A little double team action. Oh, they do get the ball now. Good numbers, good for the Lions. Three-pointer up and is no good on the shot by Keegan Kell. Shot back up and it is good.
Charlie Cole
gets the bucket. You have the Lomira steering section ahead of us who is all standing up right now, so guess what we got to do? Stand up. This is all right. Meggins has a three-pointer on the way now from the left corner by Meggins is no good, and then be a little foul at the end of that, but they're
going to give the ball to Marshall as well.
Boy, talk about two bad things happening. He knocks over the Lomira player and hits it out of bounds, but they call it off from Lomira. I would agree with that one early in the game. I don't talk about officials, but it seemed like an obvious one there. Three-pointer catch and shoot shot is up, and it is good for Daniel Nickel. Gets his first bucket of the ball game. 5-3 the lead now. And boy, aggressive double teaming being applied by Marshall. They do get it over half court in the hands of Hunter Dooley. Dooley gets the ball over to Cole in the lane with it. Three-pointer away from the right corner is up, and it is good. Nice shot there by Keegan Kell. Keegan puts it in, has his team leading. Now Lomira leading 6-5 in this ball game.
Shooting lights out here to start the game.
Goes Realis from the left and gives it up. Realis back with the basketball. Bobbles it a little bit. Back in the hands of Jalen Meggins. He'll bring it on top to set things up for the Cardinals. And that shot in and out, no good on the shot by Kenyon Meggins, and rebound in the hands of Schroffnagel. Little crossover dribble, goes right to the rack. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound in the hands of Brady Kleinheinz.
Schroffnagel, he's going to have to do a lot of the rebounding considering they're missing their big guy.
Meggins has it, gets it down along the left block in the hands of Kleinheinz. Cross-court pass, three-pointer the way now from Nickel is up, no good. And ball finally in the hands of Sam Schroffnagel. Leading the hands of the Lions. Schroffnagel loses the basketball again. The quick hands, that's one of the thing I can see with Marshall already. Very quick. Very stifling defense that they apply. Three-pointer on the way now from Nickel is no good. Battle for the basketball. Going to get it back out on top. Here comes a drive on the left side by Meggins. Pulls up, puts it in. Jalen Meggins, 10-footer from the left side, gets his first points of the game. Marshall now leading this game 7-6. The Lions again, it'll have to, that's going to go off the body. And having to chase it down is Jackson Gable. Was kind of looked away right when the ball was passed to him. Went off his arm, and all he could do was grab the ball and turnover on it over and back.
I had a chance to talk to the officials a little bit that worked that Partyville Lomira overtime game, and they were so happy with the respect they got out of both those teams. So they said Coach Damask and his players just really class act as well in a highly contested game. So it shows you what's going on in this program.
Kenyon Meggins has it, goes up strong out the front of the rim, no good. And getting the rebound was Blake Steger, 6'3" sophomore in there, grabs that rebound. Under 14.5 to play in the first half. Lions with the basketball, trailing by a point now, 7-6. Cooper King gets it taken away again. Man, they have active hands. You better be strong with that basketball. Drive no good in the bucket, but the putback is good on the shot by Jalen Meggins. And they are just a stifling team in your face, trying to double team. Got to be quick with the ball and solid with your passes.
Looking to pick up the pace with that full court pressure.
And the player tries to flop down, doesn't get the call, and putting it in. Jackson Gable getting his first points of the ball game. 9-8 the lead for Marshall.
Yeah. Teams find out the deeper you go into the tournament, the more physical the games usually get, and the referees allow the teams to play that way.
Klein-Hines gets it up to Realis out on top. Now Nickel has it along the perimeter, and then something happening away from the ball. Looks like it's going to be a Lomira foul. By body language out there, looks like it could be on Hunter Dooley.
Yeah, trying to fight for position in the post. Dooley got called for the hold.
Gable's going to take a break right now. A lob pass inside in the hands of Klein-Hines out on top. Oh, nice pass and feed inside, but even a better block. Nice job by Hunter Dooley coming in from behind the would-be shooter, Jalen Meggins, and blocks it out of bounds. And that's something that'll get your team going.
Yeah, he's got himself going on that little fist clench.
You get it back in the lane, another pass underneath, and finding that open a couple times. It's going to come up short on the shot, and Lomira comes up with a basketball. Pushing it up is Dalton Zingsheim. Goes Cole with it back out on top in the hands of King. That is no good. But Zingsheim gets the rebound. Three-pointer put up, no good. It's going to get knocked out of bounds. They're going to say that is off from Lomira.
Back and forth, high-paced game. A lot of good athletes out here. That's why they're playing in a sectional, I guess. Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, these teams met back on the 11th of February, and as Marshall winning 54-52 in that ball game. So evenly matched teams, and that was without, of course, Jake Bresky. He had already been out for a month already. Three-pointer up back of the rim, no good, and getting the rebound again is Zingsheim. Getting some big rebounds so far here in the ball game. Cole has it out on top. Finds the lane to the basket, kicks it back out on top. In the hands now of Cooper King.
Lomira team, they look crisp tonight. I mean, you can see what they've been doing in practice. Good ball movement, as Damas said in his pregame, taking care of it. Turnovers are down, playing good basketball right now.
They get the ball inside and going up with the left hand, putting it in. Bucket there from Blake Stager. He finishes. Nice little pass, good strong move with the left hand. Lomira now with a lead, 10-9. Over 6 minutes into this ball game. Oh, a nice open look inside, and that one is going to be good. A shot inside, a nice pass, and they find Brady Klein-Hines inside. They're finding that player just to the side of the basket. That's kind of where they look when they go inside. Long three on the way, and that is good off the shot of Charlie Cole. His second three of the ball game. He has Lomira back up now, 13-11.
The stage is not too big for this Lomira team here, shooting the ball extremely well. Big gymnasium, open ends.
Kenyon Miggins spins in the lane, kicks it back out. Right side, Klein-Hines throws one up, no good. And again, getting another rebound. Dalton Zingsheim racking up the rebounds in this ball game.
He's doing what he's intended to do here, come in and rebound.
Get the ball inside and going up right to the rack with it and finishing again. Nice pass inside to Blake Stager. And he puts it up and in. Lomira now leading by 4, 15-11. It took them a little while to get used to this fast pace. They knew they played this team before. Well, crossover dribble by Nickel goes up, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Daniel Nickel shooting the first free throws by either team in this ball game. Yeah, they're a little sloppy, I thought Lomira was, and they started out with their passing and just ball handling and being strong with it, but that is picked up, and now they're making sure that their teammate's going to get the ball. First free throw from Nickel is good. He's an 80% free throw shooter on the season. Disappointing loss earlier today in state basketball in Division III with our Laconia Spartans ladies losing in a really good battle. Easily the two best teams in Division III having to meet in the semifinals. They missed a big time on the seeding for that. Both free throws good, and they end up losing to a very good Oostburg team, which should have been the state championship game. 2-point lead now for Lomira. Up 15-13, they've got the ball. On your Bristol Morgan Bank scoreboard.
Man-to-man defense by Marshall and pulled off the zone full court.
So crossover dribble, that one is back in the hands of Lomira somehow. Baca's got it. I should say not Baca, but with the ball is Keegan Kell. Gets it and goes right to the rack. Yeah, Lomira definitely up to the task of playing at this pace. Look inside. Kleinheinz gets it back. Over to Megan's inside. Kind of fadeaway 10-footer, no good. And getting the rebound is Schroffnagel. Under 10 to play in the first half. 4-point lead now for Lomira. Kell has it out on top. Cross-court pass in the hands now of Zingsheim. He'll launch up a three, and he puts it in. Everybody dialing it up from long distance and scoring for Lomira. Lions now leading 20-13.
Not sure Dalton normally takes three-point shots, but that one, tell you what, everybody's feeling it.
A little pass inside. They get it into Temple, and they kick it back out on top to Kleinheinz. Meggins has it along the right side, working against Zingsheim, and gets it out near top of the key. Crossover dribble, takes it in. Good job clearing out some space in there and putting it in is Kenyon Meggins, getting his first points of the game. Lions with a lead now, 20-15. A little help needed to the ball handler, finally getting to Schroffnagel. So all hands on deck to get there in case you give up the dribble. Somebody better help him out.
And both these teams really good defensive teams.
The ball is loose, and coming up with it is the Cardinals. Meggins gets it down to the corner. Shot on the way, and that is no good. And coming up with a rebound, knocked in the hands of Keegan Kell, pushing it up. Schroffnagel handing the ball over to Cole.
Pass.
Schroffnagel, little head fake, goes in strong and finishes. Sam Schroffnagel with his first points of the ball game, and back to a 7-point lead for the Lions.
What a pretty pass right there. The double came, and he was able to dump it off. Great position to score for Schroffnagel.
Yeah, we got a travel onto the way to the basket by Jalen Meggins. They got a couple players with the Meggins. They're just trying to find some way, twist around, spin around to get in and get a shot off. And right now, the Lions doing a pretty good job not fouling a whole lot in this ball game. Only 3 fouls on them.
Darlington up by 4 right now in the other half of this section.
Wow.
18-14 very early on, but
we saw Monroe Point in that game against, was it Randolph that we were at their game? And saw them before they went to state.
Yes.
And they had a very exciting state. I think they won. It was a couple last-second shots by the kid with the red hair from that team. That's going to be a travel. We're going to call that on Lomira's Jackson Gable. He took kind of an extended break. He was sitting for a while. I like the aggressiveness that the Lions are meeting and matching with, even exceeding with Marshall so far in this ball game.
Lomira going small right now, both Zingsheim and Schroffnagel off the court.
And ball off the hands of Kenyon Meggins out of bounds. Seems like Marshall's a little out of sorts right now in this ball game. And 22-15, the lead now for Lomira over Marshall here in this sectional semifinal.
Marshall trying to put on some full court pressure. Lomira's been pretty good with it so far.
Ball down to the corner, it'll catch and shoot up and back to the rim, no good. And coming up with it is Jalen Meggins. Meggins again gets the ball back, kicks it down to the corner into Nickel. Doing a good job getting out on him. He can shoot the 3. Fadeaway 13-footer. It's a nice looking shot there by Daniel Nickel. Now with 7 points in the game.
Maybe Marshall's strategy, play this full court and work defensively. They know Lomira's a little bit short in their depth chart right now with their injuries.
Here goes Gable on his way to the basket, gets fouled. This will just be the first foul on Marshall. And that's what you get out of Jackson Gable. He's nice. He can take people off the dribble. He's physical. And hopefully we'll see a lot more of that. But the team's is playing great ball right now. 22-17 the lead for Lomira. Kell takes it in the lane and going to scoops one up towards the rim. That is no good. Nickel gets the rebound. Hands it off to Kenyon Miggins to push it up. Yeah, this game not for the faint of heart. I tell you, this is a quick-paced game.
A lot of good individual talented athletes.
15-footer from the left baseline. Jalen Miggins dumps it in for his 6th point. Back to a 3-point lead now for Lomira.
Little stare down to the Lomira student section as he went back down the court.
3-pointer on the way, left side, and that is good. Bucket by Keegan Kell. His second 3. He's got 8 in the game. Puts his team back up by 6, 25-19. Just from behind the free throw line, that shot is no good. And the shot by Kenyon Miggins. Here goes Lomira with the ball back in a 6-point lead.
Oakfield up in their game big, 28-12 right now.
Wow. Taking on Cambria Friesland.
Another team we saw that a lot of, a nice team.
Oh. And in for Lomira right now is Maddox Bodden, a 5'9" freshman. See if he's up to the task of playing this very aggressive, physical, fast-paced game. Kell takes it in, and he's going to get called for a travel. Might have been better off just taking it right to the rack. Might have drew a foul, but
I think he got a little off balance and just stumbled a little bit, and that's what caused the travel.
So 5:37 left here in the first half. Lomira playing a great first half against Marshall, leading 25-19. If we've had any updates from the Darlington against Mineral Point game, the winner of this game plays the winner of that game coming up. And that will be at Verona coming up on Saturday. 7 o'clock schedule.
Darlington up 1 right now, 24-23 in that game. So great battle going over there.
Yeah, what a battle. And ball down and putting it up. No good. Good defense. Challenging that shot. Kind of taking it away from Jalen Miggins for a second. Then he missed his shot that he put up there.
Dooley's not the biggest guy, but I'll tell you what, he goes after those rebounds.
King has it, splits a couple defenders, and got to get out of the lane. A 3-pointer from the left corner is up, no good. Getting the rebound is Max Temple. Here goes the Cardinals now, down by 6, under 5 to play here in the first half.
Nice pass.
Yeah, nice pass inside. That one does not go, but it gets tipped in. The tip in by Jalen Miggins goes in and follows it for his 8th point. We've got a timeout now taken by Dan DeMass. Back after this on RP Sports.
Make your next fundraiser fantastic with a Leroy Meats Broad Fry in Fox Lake or Horicon. It's the tastiest way to raise funds for your local nonprofit group. Stop in or call to sign up today. While you're there, check out Leroy Meats' freshest cuts of meat, award-winning sausages, an amazing sides, salads, cheese, heat and eat meals, and much more. Leroy Meats, your old-fashioned meat market in Horicon, Ripon, and Fox Lake. Find this week's lunch menu, coupons, and sale items at LeroyMeats.com.
Okay, Dan DeMass takes a timeout for Lomira. I guess we all needed a timeout. That was a fast-paced first half. And really a great start here for Lomira. 4:44 left in the first half, leading 25-21. And Lomira, a few turnovers early in the ballgame, but they really shored things up out there and got used to playing at that high pace again. And they've been playing solid here against a very aggressive Marshall team.
Yeah, and we're seeing more full court pressure now, probably trying to wear down Lomira a bit. There's the turnover.
Tapped away just as I say that. Then the ball is tossed out of bounds. Oh, no. We have a mystery call here from the referee, a mystery touch. Yeah. That's not going to go well. That looked like it was way over the top of anybody's heads in that pass by Kenyon Miggins. Wow. Hey, Lomira's not getting the calls here on some of these close ones earlier. The real obvious one that they called the wrong way. That would look like that was well over everybody's head. Ball down to the corner. Nickel launches one up, misses everything. Badly missed 3-point shot. On the other side of the basket, getting it as Steger pushes it up.
Travel.
And that's going to be a travel. You can't jump up and then throw the dribble down.
Yeah, ball has to leave your hand before your pivot foot leaves the floor, even on a takeoff. So get that one every time.
We just saw that the last game, I think we did. Somebody did. It was a lot more obvious, even more so than that one. They really jumped up there and then started dribbling again. So still that 4-point lead that the Lions are hanging on to. Temple has it. Little weave action going on near top of the key. Jalen Miggins has it, working against Charlie Cole. 3-pointer on the way, and that is nothing but net on the shot by Jalen Miggins. Puts his team back within one now. Lions 25-24, they're leading this game. Definitely a lot of action going on away from the basketball, too.
Yeah, guys on the floor, bodies down. The Cardinals vying for that ball. They thought it went off the head of the whoever took that shot there. I think that was Cole in the corner. Did not get that one.
Okay, so Lions with the basketball up by 1.
A lot of action in the balls. Referees still haven't put the ball in play.
I'd have been tired just from that 5 seconds of action, those guys running around. Ball passed out on top over to Cole. Dribbles off to his right, back in the hands of Hunter Dooley. Cole out on top of it, waiting for the pick, and throws it up, and that is short. No good, and ball loose. Hey, nice job by Zingsheim. Feeds it back inside, and that one finally goes in. Blake Stager gets it, but a really nice rebound again by Dalton Zingsheim, having a monster first half rebounding for the Lions.
Yeah.
And then right away, that immediate pass inside.
Yeah, he's a pass-first guy. We know that. Oh, tough shot there.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a tough one to stop when you spin around. Then you got that little fade to that shot. Nice shot taken by Jalen Miggins, getting the bucket. He's racking up the points now. 3-pointer, left corner is up, and that is no good. Getting the long rebound is Marshall-WIAA. 3-pointer now by Kleinheinz is no good.
These guys have to be tired. Fast pace, no breaks, hardly any timeouts called.
Just one timeout so far in the game.
Very few free throw shots. It's just been back and forth.
Zingsheim gets it down along the right block, gives one dribble, gives up his dribble, and finds a teammate again. That one misses, but there to clean it up, and still missing the shot. 2 great putback shots, and they couldn't get him to go, either one.
Stager had a good look at that. He's been finishing around the basket.
Shot in the corner. That is a 3-point bucket put in by Kenyon Miggins. Puts it in, has his team leading by 2 now, 29-27, 2:10 and counting down in the half.
Quick moving game. Yeah, as I said, very few timeouts, very few free throws.
Dooley has it down in the corner, gets it back to Zingsheim. Dooley passes up the 3, gets it back on the top to Cooper King. Two-point lead for Marshall. 1:45 and counting down to the half. Dooley in the lane, back in the hands of Zingsheim. Cross-court pass and a little layup and putting it in. Nice move. Cooper King commits to that drive and finishes. We are tied at 29. 1.5 to play in the half.
Just a little bit of a look-away pass fake and created a seam right to the basket. Love it. Great basketball skill.
Reales has it out on top, and they look underneath in the hands of Miggins again. Oh, beautiful pass, and that's going to come up short in the shot.
Ooh, they're going to get Zingsheim, on the rebound.
It was a nice pass, but coming up short was Kleinheinz, but on the rebound, it would be a foul on Zingsheim. Not a lot of fouls in the game, only 1 on Marshall, 4 fouls as a team on the Lomira Lions.
Hard to believe the fouls are that minimal considering the pace of play and the action going on.
So with the basketball now, Kenyon Miggins, they get it into Kleinheinz, and he powers it up inside. He's got 6 points and has his team up by 2, 31-29. Under a minute to play in the half. It's going to be a reach-in foul on Jalen Miggins. Yeah, remember that the first guy off the bench normally that they had was Jackson Bloom, but he's out with blowing his knee out, ACL injury, and that's our New Medical Center of Waupun injury report. Of course, you got the big guy out too, with Jake Bresky also hurting himself back on the 7th of January out with his ACL. Well, that is taken away out of the hands of Gable. We're going the other way. Little runner in the lane, no good, and getting the rebound is Schroffnagel.
Zhang and Schroffnagel doing a great job of rebounding in this game.
Yeah, they're doing really good. Drive by Gable, he gets tripped up.
You lose a guy with Bresky that was averaging like almost 14 rebounds a game, and it's got to be, the slack has to be picked up, but those two guys really doing a nice job.
Yeah, 21.5 points, 13 rebounds a game. He's a double-double guy every game. Zingsheim passes it cross court. Lions with the basketball. Under 30 to play here in the half. Kell dribbles, gives the ball over to Cole, or over to Gable. Has it out on top near half court. Down to 19 seconds and counting down in the half. Here goes Gable again. Gives up his dribble. By Schroffnagel to get over there and help him out. Down to 10 seconds left. Gonna set up a pick and getting bodied and letting him play, I guess. Schroffnagel gets it inside, down to 2 seconds left.
Oh, they got a foul.
And a foul is going to be called with 1.3 seconds left, and it's going to be an inbound.
Yeah. No shots, of course, only the third team foul.
Really letting the bodying up defense go with their hands back, but their chest bumping them the whole way, and they've been letting that go the whole first half. But that's what they let them do. You gotta play that way.
Let's see what Lomira has here. 1.3. Only one pass can happen. There it is.
At the buzzer, comes up short. The shot by Keegan Kell, and that's how we end the first half. Marshall leading at half, 31-29. A great battle. Should be a crazy second half. We're going to talk about the first half, though, coming your way in just a few minutes on RP Sports.
You hear it, but you can't see where it's coming from. Or worse, you know where it's coming from, but it's too much for a do-it-yourselfer to do. Call Maxwell Plumbing. They're affordable, professional, and know what they're doing. These guys do everything from taking a peek at a leak to taking on complete plumbing projects for residential, commercial, or industrial customers. Maxwell Plumbing, located in Lomira, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties. 920-948-9395.
It's the spring sales event at Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira, April 3rd through May 15th. Hundreds and up to $1,000 off several Cub Cadets. Get spring rebates now on Cub Cadet and Ferris mowers. There's never been a better time to buy, April 3rd through May 15th. And check out the Gale skid loader line too. It's the spring sales event now at Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira, serving this area since 1951. Log on schroffnagel.com for all the details.
At Radio Plus, we're proud to bring you stream team coverage of local sporting events. Our team is dedicated to providing live coverage from across Wisconsin, supporting the local teams and communities we know and love. What began as a one-person operation with play-by-play on radio has grown into a 5 or 6 person production. Keeping pace with the latest technology, equipment, and personnel is not only demanding, but costly. If you'd like to support this broadcast as a sponsor or a donor in any way, please scan the QR code on the screen.
Lakeside Wealth Management would like to welcome Jack Cole. Jack joined Lakeside Wealth Management in October of 2023 after previously working as an equity research analyst at Craig Holman Capital Group.
Hi, this is Jack Cole with Lakeside Wealth Management. Every client gets our undivided attention, from planning to execution to follow-up. We take a proactive approach to helping you develop a strategy to address your financial goals and objectives using the most efficient methods available. Learn more at lakesidewealthmanagement.net.
Securities and advisory services are offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Safety is first and foremost on what we do every day.
Welcome back to Beaver Dam High School. We've got two bands, a battle of the bands going back and forth with a band from Lomira, a band from Marshall, but everybody witnessing a pretty good crowd here in Beaver Dam, which is a big facility, but filled up pretty decent here and watching a good game. 31-29 the lead for Marshall, even though Lomira had the lead most of that first half. Very entertaining first half and a high-paced basketball game.
Very entertaining first half. Very good athletes on the floor for both teams. And, once the nerves were out, there was some great basketball happening for both teams.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. Like I said, nerves probably for Lomira in the beginning and just getting used, again, to playing somebody that plays in your face, double teaming, poking at the ball all the time and in your face constantly. And they kind of manned up on that and did a really good job the rest of the half. And some big buckets that gave them about a 7-point lead a couple times in that first half. But Coach Damas has got to be pretty happy with what he sees with his injury-depleted team that he puts on the court.
Yeah, and the Cardinals going after him in full court pressure early on. There was maybe 2 turnovers that were a little bit costly, but otherwise Lomira doing a nice job taking care of that full court pressure. They actually got some quick 3 looks out of it on the other end and able to knock them down, and I think that's why Marshall pulled out of that full court pressure for a while, because Lomira was getting some open 3s in the corners, and they were making them, especially early on.
Yeah, I was impressed by, we talked about the rebounding that we saw from Dalton Zingsheim out there, and who else was the guy hitting the board pretty good? You mentioned a name.
Yeah, Schroffnagel,
Schroffnagel.
Schroffnagel. Between him and Zingsheim, they're doing a nice job of really attacking the glass. Neither one of them have scored too much, but they're doing a great job defensively and getting control of the defensive glass.
I was getting I went to the actual Lomira, the most famous person ever to live in Lomira, Nick Rush, and I go, Schroffnagel. He said Schroffnagel.
Nagel, okay.
Is what I told. But if we're wrong with it, we'll just be wrong together on it. But I thought it was an entertaining first half, and they really, for a depleted team, and they took a lot of people off the bench, and they were, they went 3 people or 4 people into the bench too, and so they're digging deep in the bench and they're already depleted team. So that says a lot about the depth, more of a depth than what Dan Damask lets on with his Lomira Lions.
Yeah, we don't want to sound like we're gushing over Damask as a coach, but it shows you how good he is at developing players and talent. He does it really well with young people, those 10 and 12-year-olds, and he's able to do it here and just elevate the level of skill that these varsity players are having on this team. And they're still young, and this is going to be a really nice team in the future. It's a really nice team here today.
Let's take a look at scoring here in the first half. Your halftime score 31-29 in favor of the Cardinals of Marshall.
Yeah, for Marshall, Brady Kleinheitz with 4 points, Kenyon Miggins with 5, Jalen Miggins with 13, and Daniel Nickel I have for 9. Again, everything is unofficial. Sam Schroffnagel with 2 points, but again, his story was rebounding. Jackson Gable with 2 points. Charlie Cole with 6, all on 3-pointers. Keegan Kell with 8 points. He also has 2 3-pointers. Cooper King with 2. Dalton Zingsheim with 3. Blake Stager with 6 points. That is the Lomira did not shoot a free throw in that first half, and only 2 for Marshall. And they were 2 of 2.
Looking at other scores, the one that has to do with this game, and that is Darlington. What a battle they're going in the other half of the sectional. Winner of that game plays the winner of this game on Saturday over at Verona. It's Darlington leading 34-33 at half. Oakfield taking care of business against Cambria Friesland at halftime, 33-16. Fond du Lac over Oshkosh North, 31-20 at halftime. And the team that Fond du Lac, if they win that game, would have to play De Pere, number 2 ranked team in the state in Division 1, are up by 4 at half against Sheboygan North. So a crazy night going on, the sectional semifinal night for boys basketball, and we'll be back in 2 minutes with the second half of this game with Marshall leading Lomira 31-29. Back after this in RP Sports.
Luke Lidke Electric is a proud sponsor of today's game. Serving Dodge and surrounding counties, choose the best and choose Luke Lidke Electric, bringing more than 25 years of certified experience to your home, office, or warehouse. They specialize in residential, commercial, industrial, and more. Full electrical installation, home standby generator sales and installation. Luke is also a proud graduate of Lomira and supporter of Lomira Athletics. Go Lions! This is it, Lomira, the moment you've all been waiting for. The Lomira Lions are in postseason play on the basketball court, and Kinex Construction couldn't be prouder of our team. To the players, coaches, and fans who have supported them all season long, it's your hard work, your passion, and your determination that got you here. Remember, Kinex Construction can handle commercial, agricultural, residential, site grading, including sewer and water. From every corner of Lomira, Kinex Construction is cheering you on. Let's show everyone what Lions are made of. Good luck, Lomira Lions.
The March Mania sale at Holiday is your ticket to score more on Buick. Like this Buick Envision at $299 per month. Or lock in rates from 0.9%, plus deferred payments and other incentives on favorites. Come be our guest and treat yourself to a test drive.
As I've come to know the team here, their passion for excellence really shines. I'm professional running back Braylon Allen, and I drive Holiday.
Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
You hear it, but you can't see where it's coming from. Or worse, you know where it's coming from, but it's too much for a do-it-yourselfer to do. Call Maxwell Plumbing. They're affordable, professional, and know what they're doing. These guys do everything from taking a peek at a leak to taking on complete plumbing projects for residential, commercial, or industrial customers. Maxwell Plumbing, located in Lomira, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties. 920-948-9395.
Okay, we are back at Beaver Dam High School, home of the Golden Beavers, who are done for the season, I believe. But yeah, great venue though for sectionals. They hold a lot of people in here, and here we go. Steve Witterhack and Randy Armgett bringing you the game tonight, and the Cardinals will get the ball first.
I believe this gymnasium holds about 3,000, maybe 3,200 in. What's your estimate? I'd say 1,800 people in here. It's a pretty nice crowd.
Yeah, and then behind that partition is the other half of the track that they have. Is the finishing of the track. It's a big open area back there. Ball passed down to the corner now. Realis had it, swinging around to the right side in the hands of Miggins. Some of the longest I've seen the Cardinals not shoot the basketball when they had possession. Passing up the three is Realis, and back out on top with it is Kleinheinz.
Some coaches like to do that out of a half. There's a good steal.
Yeah, ball taken away. Nice defense there by Lomira. They get it back. Three-pointer from the right corner is up, and it's Lomira who doesn't take any time this down the court. Don't need it. Keegan Kell with his third three-pointer of the game. Lomira leading now 32-31.
Some coaches like to have that first set where they really try and break down the defense. Lomira says one pass and I'm going to shoot it.
Little back cut, and it's going to be a foul. It's going to be called on Jackson Gable on that drive along the right side.
I think they're going to get Schroffnagel.
Oh, Schroffnagel?
Yeah, for being underneath, I think. Yep. That's his second.
I see the PA announcer saying Schroffnagel too, but I went and talked to Nick personally this morning. But the PA announcer.
I used to work with a couple of gentlemen that were from Lomira, and they went by Schroffnagel. They were from that area, so I don't know.
Maybe somebody can text us.
Whatever comes out of my mouth is what you're getting, folks. I apologize.
That one rims out no good.
Turned into a good foul.
Yes.
By Mr. Schroffnagel.
We'll give somebody maybe can give us a little chat. Oh, that one tossed away. Cutting right in front of that pass was Nickel. We're back down and cutting through the lane. Oh, it is taken away. Nice job there. Active hands by Keegan Kell. Hunter Dooley has it down to the corner, gives up his dribble again. He's in a little bit of trouble, but gets it out on top over to Charlie Cole.
Yeah, some teams move, they move, but they move at a snail's pace. Some teams really cut and move.
Three-pointer left corner, back of the rim, no good. And it's back in the hands of Keegan Kell. Good job, and hustle there by Jackson Gable. And basket by the Lions. They go up now 35-31.
That's Cole's third three-pointer in the game.
He's got 9 points, so everything from behind the arc so far puts his team up by 4. That's kind of when they were pulling away, as the guys that were getting those big buckets from behind the arc. The drive and putting it up and in and getting fouled on his way to the basket is Brady Kleinheinz. And to go to the free throw line to shoot one.
That's going on Schroffnagel. That's his third.
Mineral Point game is tied right now with Darlington. Like I said, we keep an eye on that one because the winner of that game will be playing the winner of this game coming up over at Verona High School, 7 o'clock on Saturday. That free throw goes in. Of course, you never know the way they change things around.
Yeah, you could move to a different site all of a sudden.
That's what they did with these semifinal games. We were supposed to be in Waterloo. The Oakfield game was supposed to be over at Waukesha North. Now they're over at
Waterloo.
We're in Beaver Dam.
I think sometimes pre-sales on tickets make a difference. You get a lot of...
That's going to go off the hands of Charlie Cole.
You get a lot of pre-sale tickets, and they realize that the gymnasium might not be able to hold everybody. I don't know what Waterloo seats, but Beaver Dam has to be bigger.
I haven't been there for a while. I was in the old gym. It's been quite a few years that I've been there. It was never a great place to call a game from. I would think maybe they had some kind of gym improvement. It was kind of old back then. That's going to get tossed out of bounds. Nickel trying to find his teammate, got kind of caught in the air, throws it out of bounds, and Lions will get the ball back, hanging on to that 1-point lead, 35-34.
Cardinals just dropping back into half-court man.
Well, nice drive, but that one a little not quite on the mark on the drive by Dooley. And back the Cardinals' way. And that's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say it's off the Lions. Well,
officials looking for help, but I don't think the other guy has any interest in giving him it. Oh, they are going to change it.
Okay. Yeah, the Lions get one of the calls.
Yeah.
Good job by the officials to get together and talk about it.
Coach Zweifel did not like it, gave him the old hand wave.
1 point lead for the Lions. They've got the basketball, so they get a quality possession here and get a good shot off. King has it. It's it back out on top. Over the hands of Jackson Gable. He's only got 2 points in the game so far. Maddox Bodden, the freshman, back out on the court again. Got a few minutes in that first half. Zingsheim goes in, hard off that glass, too hard though. McCall spills off the rim, and getting the rebound is Cheseo Rialis. It's going to get tapped out of bounds by Bodden.
Could have been a foul over there. That was fortunate for Lomira not to get the foul called.
He stuck his arm out there and got it knocked. So, yeah, out of bounds it is. Cardinal basketball, little spin, and they find Miggins over on the right side. They do some pretty good interior passing. From Klein Hines over to Jalen Miggins, getting his first points of the half. Lions with the basketball, trailing now 36-35. Little pass inside, and going to kick it out to the left corner. And taking in, Bod's going to go, I'm going to get mine right now. And he goes in, draws the foul, and he's going to go up and shoot Lomira's first free throws of the ball game.
Goes on Kenyon Miggins. Nobody except for Schroffnagel with foul trouble. Schroffnagel with 3.
Free throw is good for Bodden, ties it up. Talk about a freshman who's ready to go and get out there. He goes right up there against the taller players and the older players on the court. Makes the first free throw. Next one on the way. Again, money for Maddox Bodden. Has his team leading now 37-36. And this little pat on the back as he comes out of the ball game from Coach Dan Damask.
He looks like a freshman physically, doesn't he?
Oh, he does, yeah.
Young in the face, young in the body.
So again, a 1 point lead for Lomira. Back out on top with it. Nickel's going to launch up a 3 from the left side, and that is nothing but net for Daniel Nickel. His first points of the half. Gable's going to get fouled by Kleinheinz as they pass it down the court to him. 39-37, the lead for Marshall. A couple nice leads by Lomira in the first half, but Marshall came back and took that 2 point lead into the locker room. A little warning given to the coach, I think, from the official.
Coach Whiffle getting a stare down and a walk at, and he just kind of shrugged his shoulders.
Gable takes it in, scoops it up with the left hand. That is no good. And we're heading the other way. A little 2-on-1 break. Good job by Lomira to get back. Miggins has it, and nice hustle. Boy, I thought nice hustle out there, but Zingsheim's going to get called for a foul on that loose ball.
That's 2 on Dalton Zingsheim. Dalton with 2 and Sam Schroffnagel with 3. The 2 bigs for Lomira.
Hines gets the inbounds pass, gets it in the lane now in the hands of Kenyon Miggins. He'll take it out and set things up now for the Cardinals. Jalen Miggins a little crossover. It goes hard to the rack and loses the ball on his way up. And it's going to go out of bounds off from him. It'll be Lomira basketball.
Good no call right there. He kind of dribbled himself into jail and nowhere to go. Good defensive position by Lomira.
Lions with the basketball. Gable sees the crease but gets it back out on top. And that one's going to get tapped away. Taking the other way is Kenyon Miggins. Crossover dribble and gets it to go. Miggins with a basket. That was 7 points in the game.
The Miggins, both of them, very athletic young men.
41-37 in favor of Marshall on your Bristol Morgan Bank scoreboard.
I'm going to get a 5-second count there for closely guarded.
Okay, so 4-point lead for Marshall. They get the ball back on that turnover.
Max Temple into the game for the Cardinals.
Yeah, saw some pretty good minutes in the first half. Driving the right side, and that's going to be a foul on the Lions on that drive inside by Jalen Miggins. Exactly 12 minutes left in the ball game.
Both of these teams in their offense, they cut hard, they cut quick, they cut with a purpose.
Jalen puts it in. Yeah, Steve Witterhack and Randy Armgood with you. Bob Spanbauer on our stats, keeping track of the other games going on around the area and has to do with this game. And our stream team here. Under 12 to play in the game. Now a 6-point lead by Marshall. It's going to be their biggest lead of the ball game. Cross-court pass over to Dooley. Dribbles out of the corner. Back in the hands now of Keegan Kell. Looking for a three-pointer on the way, and that is good for Keegan Kell. Much needed basket there by the Lions. Back within 3, trailing 43-40. And a timeout are taken by the Cardinals. Back in 30 seconds with more Lions basketball on RP Sports.
Make your next fundraiser fantastic with a Leroy Meats Brat Fry in Fox Lake or Horicon. It's the tastiest way to raise funds for your local nonprofit group. Stop in or call to sign up today. While you're there, check out Leroy Meats' freshest cuts of meat, award-winning sausages, an amazing side, salads, cheese, heat and eat meals, and much more. Leroy Meats, your old-fashioned meat market in Horicon, Ripon, and Fox Lake. Find this week's lunch menu, coupons, and sale items at LeroyMeats.com.
Okay, we are back. Bucket by the Lions, getting themselves within 3 now, 43-40. Janet Hesprich out there says go Lions. Also Kristen Nordberg. So let's go Lions cheering from Klonhassen, Minnesota. We're back to the action. Miggins gets it in the lane. Klein Hines has it out on the right side. Gets it back in the hands of Kenyon Miggins. Three-pointer straight away, no good. Getting the rebound, pulling it in is Blake Stager. Stager gets in the lane, finds a little lane to the basket, goes up with the right hand, comes up short. A few misses in there on some of those point-blank shots that hopefully don't come back to haunt him. Awkward-looking shot, but putting it up and putting it in is Kenyon Miggins. So a missed bucket on one end and one made gives a 5-point lead now by the Lions. Under 11 to play. And getting tripped up on his drive was Hunter Dooley.
Ball will go on Klein Hines. Yeah, thanks for joining us, folks. tuning in anywhere in the world, the World Wide Web, you can check in and watch this.
Max Temple picks up that foul is what they put on the board. I thought him put his finger up, so. Here we go, another opportunity for the Lions. Try to just stay close and maybe get this lead back here in this ball game. Gable gets it out on top. Back in the hands of Keegan Kell. In the lane, gets cut off. Charlie Cole, a little crossover dribble, gets it back out on top over to Gable. Nice to see Jackson get things going. Three-pointer right side, comes up short, and rebound in the hands of Kenyon Miggins. Pushes it up now for the Cardinals.
It's a travel.
Definitely a travel. He was out of control. Put a forearm out and everything. That was just all. He thought he was going to body up on somebody, but they backed off, and he went down and slid across the floor. Gable's going to sit down. Also sitting down for the Lions is Keegan Kell.
Dalton Zingsheim checks in.
His common name in Waupun, the Zingsheim. He must have, maybe his family's from all over in this direction. Oh, that's good job.
Luckily,
that happened
chase
before.
It down, yeah.
Happened in the first half. It bounced off of that, went on to the other side of the court. That was going to hit the side of the backboard. No good on the shot by Zingsheim. Nice moving of the feet there by Schroffnagel on that defense. Backs the Cardinal off. Miggins has it down to the right corner, turn around, and that's a pretty impressive looking shot by Kleinheinz. Goes up, extends the right arm, and finishes from about 5 feet out. Dooley gets it taken away from him in the hands now of Teseo Ruatlas. And then a foul called on Dooley.
That is his third. That's a good call, too. He just, a little frustration foul there as he came from behind and tried to tip it away.
7-point lead now by Marshall, their biggest lead of the ball game. 47-40 with 9.5 left.
Mineral Point up by 4 right now in that game. The other half. Oshkosh North up 49-34 over Fond du Lac.
Oh, no. Okay. I knew it was going to be a good game over there. They split during the season.
Oakfield is up big, 20-plus.
Still trying to get that sectional championship game. Three-pointer, right corner. And that is up and good for Carson Connolly. First time we called his number on a bucket. Three-pointer on the way now from King. That is no good. And then tossing it off the body of the Lions, Jalen Miggins. And the Cardinals will get the ball back. 10-point lead now by Marshall. He's kind of slipping away now for the Lions. Just about halfway through this second half.
Plenty of time left here. You just got to get some defensive stops, and right now the Cardinals are making everything, especially the three balls.
Jalen Miggins has it. Back in the hands of Ruatlas. Pass in the lane over to Miggins, and nice feed over to Jalen Miggins. Streaking down the lane, gets rewarded, and gets the bucket. He's got 6 points in the half. His team is up by 12, 52-40.
Swarming defense is making every pass difficult.
Schroffnagel gets it back out on top now in the hands of Cooper King. Yeah, it's just great defense being played by Marshall right now. Gable has it everywhere he goes. There's somebody in his way. Now he gets a lane to the basket, puts it in. Jackson Gable with his 4th point of the game. 2 points here. That's his only basket he's had in the second half. Three-pointer on the way, and that one is in for Nickel. Daniel Nickel again with another three, his third of the ball game. He's got 15 in the game. Yeah, everything going in right now for the Cardinals.
Yeah, everybody has the green light to shoot it.
Kick it out left side. Shot is up by Zingsheim, too strong. Chasing down the rebound, Kenyon Miggins.
They are coming. They're coming at you.
Nickel launches up the three in the right corner. Set up by his teammate Kenyon Miggins. And timeout taken by Coach Dan Damask. Back after this in 1 minute on RP Sports.
Slick's Ag Service in Lomira is sending a huge shout out to the Lomira boys team as they head into postseason play. You've put in the hard work, the dedication, and the hustle. and now it's time to leave it all on the court. From all of us at Slicks Ag Service, we're proud to support our hometown athletes. Play hard, play smart, and go get that W. Good luck, Lomira boys. And remember, if you need manure spread, just call Slick. He'll lay it on pretty thick.
This winter, make your home the coziest place in town with Surefire heating and air conditioning. For 3 generations, the Surefire family has been serving Wisconsin homes, bringing warmth and comfort to your families just like yours. As the temperatures drop, trust the company that's been in the business of keeping homes warm for over 75 years. This is Tom Schwartz with Surefire. Call us today and ask about our rebates that can help you save big on your comfort this coming winter. Visit us at surefireinc.com.
Welcome back to Beaver Dam High School. I'm Steve Winterhack. Randy Armger with me, and boy, I tell you, some great defense. Things going on good for Marshall on both ends of the court, taking care of business against the Lomira Lions.
Yeah, they're making every shot right now. They're really fired up and getting after it defensively. Everything's going their way. They're sticking with half-court man, switching everything.
So again, the Lions with the ball back, but they got to start going right now. Just a little over 7 minutes left in the ball game. Gable gets cut off along the baseline. Back in the hands of Jackson. Thinking about a three, but a hand in his face. He said you got a hand in your face no matter where you go. It's a very good defense against for Marshall. Schroffnagel goes up, a little too strong, misses, and Nickel gets the rebound. A lot of time off the clock just to get that shot off, and then they miss at the end. Nichols going to throw up another three, and that one no good. And Lions, good job by Zingsheim to stay in there with his foot and get the ball back in bounds. Gable in the lane gets it back in the hands of Cooper King. And Gable chases it down near half court to set things up for the Lions.
Extreme pressure on the outside from the Cardinals. They just get after it.
Three-pointer right corner is up, comes up short. And the rebound to Schroffnagel, turns around, bounces around a few times, no good. Chases down his own rebound. Here goes Gable in the lane, kicks it out. Shot up on the left side is up, and it is good for Zingsheim.
It's his second three of the game.
Still a 13-point deficit for the Lions.
It's all got to come on defense right now. You have to get stops. Cannot continue to trade.
Nickel turns around 5-footer in the lane, and he's racking up the points. He's a solid-looking player. I like the look of his shot. And it's a nice solid move and spin inside to finish.
Yeah, he's a very, very good player.
Zingsheim gets cut off along the baseline. Three up, and that is good for Jackson Gable. Now down by 12 are the Lions. Just over 5 to play in this ball game. See Fond du Lac behind in their game against Oshkosh North by a score of 49-36. That was 7.5 left in the game, Division I game, that we're covering in Radio Plus Sports.
They're going to get Sam Schroffnagel with that foul.
Oakfield running away with their game, and Darlington trailing against Mineral Point by 6 with 7 minutes left. But things are very fluid here tonight for the sectional semifinal games. Paseo Rialis makes his first free throw. That's his first point of the ball game.
It is, yeah. He's played a lot of minutes, but he hasn't really had the opportunity to take many shots.
It's the next one to go. Average is almost 10 points a game, but just 2 points in this game, making both free throws. 14-point lead for Marshall. 5 minutes and counting down to the game. That's taken away by Nickel. Goes up on the right side and puts it in. Daniel Nickel having himself a game. He's got 13 points in the second half alone, 22 in the ball game. Gable from the right side puts it up and in. Jackson Gable with a bucket.
Was that a 3 or a 2? I looked away there for a minute by Gable.
I don't know where we're at. Looked like a 3, but I didn't see because kind of looking back at the player after that. Marshall in control right now, up by 13. Right now taking some valuable seconds off the clock. The pass underneath. Chased down by Carson Connolly. He had a great game, but these last few minutes have just been brutal here against the Lions. Three-pointer is no good. Battle for the rebound. And taking the timeout while he was saving it up in the air and gets the timeout. And we will do the same back in 30 seconds with more Lion basketball after this on RP Sports.
From tires and transmission, batteries and brakes, to engines and exhaust, the service experts at Mayville Tire are trained to keep your vehicles at peak performance. Whether you need routine maintenance or reliable repairs, you can trust Keith and his team to take care of you and your vehicle. Ask about free pickup and delivery, no interest financing, as well as commercial truck tire service. Find the service experts at MayvilleTire.com. Mayville Tire, honest mechanics, happy customers.
And we are back at Beaver Dam High School. Good heads up there by the Marshall coach on that one. His team player had it jumping out of bounds, grabbed it up in the air, and while he had it in his hands, said, "I'll take a timeout." And it's good heads up on the coach.
Yeah. Lomira fans didn't think there was a team possession, but there obviously was. It never had gone to Lomira.
Get the ball inside, and there's going to be a travel called on Nickel. So Lions will get it back, but they're in big trouble right now, getting down to the 4-minute mark. Dooley has it, hands it off over to Gable, takes it in the lane, goes up strong with it, and misses the shot. Marshall gets the rebound.
Cardinals going to be a very tough team to try and trap and pressure here and get turnovers. They're so good with the ball in their hands.
You know, they really don't have is like that big post guy, but they've got definitely all the speed guys out there and high basketball IQ guys. Kenyon Miggins will turn around in the lane, puts it in. 15-point lead now for the Cardinals. Dooley, nice pass inside, and finding his teammate Blake Stager all alone to put it in for his first points of the second half. 66-53. Kleinheinz gets it. Tries to regroup, but couldn't control and misses the shot, and Lions get the rebound. Hard drive to the basket, putting it up, missing, and he can't get his own rebound. Taken away by Nickel.
Stager frustrated with himself there. Showing some emotion as he came down, got where he needed to be, just wasn't able to finish.
Miggins drives up with the left hand and puts it in. It's just a solid looking shot from Kenyon Miggins. Only 5 in the first half. He's got 8 points in the second half. Special player. Three-pointer on the way now is up, and it is nothing but net for Keegan Kell.
That's Kell's 5th three-pointer of the game, shooting it well.
Miggins again goes up, and he has that little move where he kind of lowers his shoulder, clears it out, and then finishes. He's done that a couple times in the game.
Well, that's the kind of stuff you learn in open gym or out at the park. That's just one-on-one basketball, and they're really good at it.
Well, that's where you get your savviness, the little things that coaches really can't even teach you how to do. You imagine trying to teach that to some kid that they learned it. And it's a useful little tool in this ball game. Just a nice player. Great body control when he's in the air. Okay, so the Cardinals with the basketball, getting close to 2 minutes left, and just running some time off the clock. Higgins will take it up anyway, gets his own rebound, kicks it back out on top over to Realis. Goes, a little up and under and in. Wow, going up with the left hand. That was a beautiful move. Sorry, Lions fan, but that was a good move no matter who you are. Daniel Nickel taking it right to the rack. The right side reaches around the left, spins it up and in.
Nickel having a huge game here for the Cardinals.
A great season here. Over 25 years since Lions has been this far. Dooley going along the baseline is going to get pushed a little bit. Yeah, I went on to with sports, and I was looking at the 22 years I could look up. They never even made it to Saturday to the regional championship in 22 years. They always were done either Tuesday or that Friday night, but never got to that Saturday game in the ones that I could look up, and that's about 22 years in. So it's a big accomplishment from Dan Damaskin. He's going short here, too, in the ball game. Not having your star player, Jake Bresky, as of the 7th of January when he blew his knee out. And another one of your players, Jackson Bloom, blows his knee out this past game. The regional championship last Saturday. So.
Hunter Dooley with his first 2 points of the game. Uncharacteristic there as well.
The Cardinals with the basketball and coming up with it. Meggins. Shot from the left corner is up, and it is good. Have a game, Daniel Nickel. He puts it in. 75-58 with 1 minute left. Long three on the way is no good.
Shockmail ripped it away.
Took it away. Back there, no good on the three-point attempt, and nothing going in. That's a little wide left on that shot, and Meggins comes up with the rebound. 45 seconds left, and this is where the Lions' season is going to end here at Beaver Dam High School. It's passed down the court from about 2/3 court, right in the hands of Daniel Nickel. Having a monster game. It was an entertaining game till maybe about 7 minutes ago when Marshall started pulling away. Did we get a final on another game with Mineral Point, Bob?
I think Mineral Point was up about 10 the last I saw, but Bob's looking at Kimberly and Kaukauna right now. That's going into overtime, so that's a tie game in the D1.
The players come out, get a nice standing ovation. I tell you, Lomira has had a lot to cheer for with their football team that won the state championship. The other basketball team makes it to sectionals, and they're going to come up short, but they battled hard and nothing to hang your head about for the Lomira Lions. Just got beat by a really good team that just took off. They played right with them till about halfway through this second half, and then the Marshall just took off. But congratulations to Dan Damaskin and his Lomira Lions. What a great season finishing in the sectionals. And when you finish there, that means you had yourself a pretty good season. I think we're going to take a break. We'll come back and did we get to the Mineral Point one?
I think Darlington was up by 12.
Lakeside Wealth Management would like to welcome Jack Cole. Jack joined Lakeside Wealth Management in October of 2023 after previously working as an equity research analyst at Craig Holman Capital Group.
Hi, this is Jack Cole with Lakeside Wealth Management. Every client gets our undivided attention, from planning to execution to follow-up. We take a proactive approach to helping you develop a strategy to address your financial goals and objectives using the most efficient methods available. Learn more at lakesidewealthmanagement.net.
Securities and advisory services are offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhardt Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhardt Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
Drive inspired this spring and beyond in a new Mazda from Holiday. Stack our low simplified price with money-saving offers like 2.9% 5-year financing on favorites plus $500 spring bonus cash.
Get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade, plus an exceptional buying experience.
The vibe here is real right. Team Holiday makes car shopping fun, simple, and pressure-free.
Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday Mazda, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhardt Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhardt Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
Okay, we are back at Beaver Dam High School. Boy, I tell you, a nice battle for about maybe 2/3 of this ball game, or 3/4 of the game, really, for Dan Damascus and the Lomira Lions, but then they just ran into a buzzsaw. Marshall just went off, played some great defense, stifling defense, and the buckets that were made down on the other end, some great scoring in that second half by Kenyon Miggins. Daniel Nickel just going off in the second half, and it just showed how special a player he is. I'm very impressed with him. And it's Marshall's going to be moving on to take on Mineral Point, who won their game over Darlington 64-50 over at Verona. They'll be playing their sectional championship coming up on Saturday night.
A couple other updates. Oakfield 54 over Cambria Friesland 27. That was a final. And Fond du Lac loses by 15 to Oshkosh North. So Fond du Lac season is over. Cambria Friesland season is over.
Basically, in our viewing area, then we probably Oakfield will be covering, and also just Oakfield left.
Yeah, just Oakfield.
Just Oakfield is left. So that's the one team we'll be covering. Laconia girls losing today at state, disappointing loss. So they are done too. So we might be down to just the Oakfield Oaks with a chance to go to state coming up on Saturday, and we'll definitely have their game coming up. Do we have the team that they're going to be playing at all?
I do not, no.
It was Kimberly, number 1 seed, knocking off Kakana.
No,
it was
still,
Kakana.
It's in overtime.
Oh, that's
right
in
now.
overtime.
That's still
what
in
game.
overtime. It's
what
still
a
going
game.
3-point game in overtime. Yeah, Kakana up.
Crazy games going on throughout the entire state. But again, a disappointing loss, though, here at Beaver Dam High School, 77-58. Who would have thought with about 9 minutes left that would be the final score, a 19-point victory for anybody. It was such a close game all the way through, but what a great battle by the Lomira Lions, depleted with some major injuries to some major players on their team, and they went deep in the bench and played a nice game here against a very good Marshall team.
Yeah, they're losing some quality seniors, but it's still overall a young team with a couple of those injured guys hopefully having a opportunity to come back and have a great season next year. And I think the sky's the limit for this Lions team.
Yeah, I like what we'll go through the players that will be leaving and guys that will be coming back for next year. Randy, why don't you give us the point totals in this game?
Yeah, for Marshall, Klein Heinz with 9, Kenyon Miggins finished with 15, Connolly with 3, Realis with 2, 19 for Jalen Miggins, and 26 for Daniel Nickel. He had 9 at halftime, so he had a huge second half. He had 5 made three-pointers. Sam Schroffnagel finished with 2 points. Jackson Gable with 9. Charlie Cole with 9. Keegan Kell with 14. 2 for Cooper King. 6 for Dalton Zingsheim. 8 for Blake Stagger. Hunter Dooley with 2 points. And Maddox, I didn't get his last name. I didn't have him, the freshman. He finished with 1 point, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So, I didn't have
Maddox Botten.
Yeah. Botten, yes, I did not have him on my roster originally. So, that was it was a heck of a game. You're right, Steve, and well played, and Lomira has nothing to hang their heads about.
No, I would just look at the seniors that are leaving. They do have some key seniors leaving with graduation, playing their last game here tonight for the Lions. Jackson Gable, again, just Mr. Electricity out there. Kind of a quiet night for him tonight, but he still ended up with 10 points in the game. So he's graduating out, so that'll be a player definitely missed. Sam Schroffnagel, 6'2 senior. He'll be gone after this. He is gone from the program now, 4.5 points a game. But, man, he had a great game rebounding, especially in that first half. A big part of them getting some second opportunities with him going in there, rebounding, finding his teammates, and he battled the dirty work inside, and he'll be missed too. Dalton Zingsheim, again, another one of those guys that rebounded really well in this ball game, had himself a couple threes in the game, and he's the other senior on the team that has played his last game for the Lions. And
Dawson Doyle I have also.
Oh, a senior. He's another senior.
He is also a senior. He played limited minutes, but yeah, he is a senior on this team.
Yeah, so all those guys, like I said, everybody, even the bench guys that don't get in, are guys that they're battling and getting you better in practice, and they all are key members of this team. And just looking at some of the guys that did play quite a bit that are not graduating out, you're, of course, going to have Jake Bresky's going to come back new and improved coming up next year, and I hope everything goes good with his rehab. But 6'9", 21 points a game through the first 7 games of the season, 13 rebounds a game. He's a beast, and I can't wait to see what it looks like when he comes back coming up for his senior year. Also, you've got the other guy that blew his knee out is Jackson Bloom. We hope the best for him, because that just happened on Saturday, but hopefully he gets that knee operated on soon, and he'll be back. He's only a sophomore this year, so he's got 2 more years. So Jackson Bloom, we wish the best on his recovery coming back to the program. Other players, I like Maddox Bodden when he came out there. He took the ball right to the rack, drew the foul, made his free throws, looked calm out there. I think you're going to keep an eye on him. Not an overly big player. He's got some growing to do and maturing to do yet, but I think that he might be one of those guys that's going to stick out in our mind that he's end up being a really good player, because he showed he was fearless out here on the court tonight.
Yeah, there's a reason he's up playing in the tournament as a freshman, so he definitely has a high skill set.
Charlie Cole averages 9 points a game throughout the season. He had a nice game here tonight with 9 points. Just a sophomore, another sophomore, Keegan Kell. Talk about the sophomore class being represented by guys that got some major playing time. So Cooper King will be back. He's just a sophomore. Keegan Kell and Charlie Cole, all just sophomores that'll be coming back for them also. And Hunter Dooley, 5'9" junior, averaging, he was a pretty good 3-point shooter. And I liked his hustle out there, too. He played bigger than what he is out there, and he's just a junior. He'll be back again next year. So the cupboard is not bare, and you got Dan Damask as your coach. I like your chances of having a very good team coming up next year over at Lomira.
Yeah, he's certainly a guy that can develop, and off-season summer activities will be high level in Lomira. And look forward to bigger things from this team next year.
Again, good luck to the Marshall Cardinals. They'll be heading over to Verona coming up on Saturday night, and they'll be taking on Mineral Point, the defending state champs. So that should be a pretty good game over there. And again, we will be covering Oakfield for the rest of their run. Their run, hopefully getting into the state tournament. They're only 1 game away. Sectional championship coming up for them, and we will definitely be covering their game on RadioPlusSports.com. So congratulations to the Oakfield Oaks, still alive yet, the only team in our listening area that's still playing some basketball yet. Other than that, I want to thank our stream team. Did an excellent job as always over there, so good job, guys. Glad that we brought Bobby along, kept us up to date on what's going on here. And we'll just travel with him anyway, whether he's doing something or not. We'll bring him along. He's always fun to travel with. So, Bobby, thanks for coming along and giving us some scores. And Randy, it's been a fun season calling games with you.
It's been a great year, and some real quality basketball that we've been able to witness all season long. And again, thank you to the seniors. Thank you to our sponsors for keeping us on the air and supporting these teams. And if you're enjoying these broadcasts, please patronize those sponsors.
Again, our final score, the scoreboard sponsor, Bristol Morgan Bank, 77-58, Marshall knocking off the Lions of Lomira and ending their season. Thanks for joining us. I'm Steve Witterhack saying so long, live from Beaver Dam High School. Have yourself an excellent weekend coming up. Some warm temperatures coming our way. And don't forget to listen to me on the Great 98 from 2 o'clock till 7 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Have yourself a great Thursday night.
Safety is first and foremost on what we do every day.
It's the spring sales event at Schrofnagel Implement of Lomira, April 3rd through May 15th. Hundreds and up to $1,000 off several Cub Cadets. Get spring rebates now on Cub Cadet and Ferris mowers. There's never been a better time to buy April 3rd through May 15th. And check out the Gale skid loader line too. It's the spring sales event now at Schroffnagel Implement of Lomira, serving this area since 1951. Log on schroffnagel.com for all the details.